y'all, it's my review for The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 13, Reunion Part 1, the uncensored version on Peacock. We're going to be watching this one for obvious reasons because I hear there's a very special cameo. And I need y'all all to watch the uncensored version and post the clip. Tell a kin, tell a friend, and tell that heifer you hate. Anywho, we open the episode with our usual fourth wall break. We're watching the ladies get ready. We're in their dressing room. So we see Dorit talking to Erica, and it turns out that Kyle sent Dorit this long ass text message. Just saying that, oh, at the reunion, please don't bring this up. I love you. Like, just kind of like making sure Dorit doesn't really go after her. And Dorit says, she's trying to silence me. And y'all know Dorit, she really be exaggerating a lot. I don't think Kyle was trying to silence her, but Kyle definitely is trying to like emotionally manipulate her. She hasn't spoken to her in months. And it's like, oh, now you're speaking to me before the reunion? And now you want to say, oh, let's talk afterwards. So I'm on Dorit's side on this part because nah, Kyle. Now, some people think, and I think it was Bethany Frankel, the ankle, she said that Dorit was wrong for sharing that text message. I mean, this is reality TV. She's doing her job. I don't mind. I'll allow it. And poor Erica, she's just caught in the middle. I mean, the Fox Force 5 is just obliterated now. I also want to shout out the Bravo blog that posted the entire text message. Like, they paused the screen, posted it shot after shot. I read the whole thing, of course. But yeah, the Cliff Notes was basically, you know, I love you, Dorit. I know we're going through a hard time and we don't really have to rehash this at the reunion. Please understand. I don't want to lose another friend over a TV show. Let's talk about this afterward. Yeah, manipulation. And it's just so ironic to me because let LVP a few seasons back send a message like that to Kyle. Kyle would do the same thing Dorit's doing now. So the ladies are all walking on set. Of course, Dorit is the one that's late getting her outfit together. Let's just go through the outfits right quick, okay? Starting with Dorit, I mean, I think she looks great. I'm not even gonna hate. Andy saying, hey hood. That's a very Nene thing to say, by the way. But some people thought that she was like culturally appropriating. I didn't see that. I mean, it was given wannabe Grace Jones, and I don't mind it. She looks great, and she gets eviscerated later in the reunion. Annemarie, I mean, it's cute, but she's wearing the exact same dress that Charisse wore on the Potomac reunion when they were all wearing blue looks. Erica Jane, she shut it down. I love this look. Kyle, I don't mind it. I like this look a lot. Garcelle, she looks good. I don't like this hair with this outfit, and I just feel like Garcelle is just such a bad bitch that this look is basic for her. I don't know, like, where's the drama, girl? She needs to fire her stylist. And y'all go look up Garcelle's post meeting the VP of the United States. From top to bottom, it was a chop. Like I said, hopefully next season, Garcelle, she gets a new stylist. Sutton's look, I think it's very demure and very Sutton. And Crystal's look, this is a nice dress, but she just makes it bland for some reason. I just can't put my finger on it. And also, let's talk about the set. Finally, this is the set that they deserve. You know, they did the whole AI background with OC. Beverly Hills deserves the same treatment. And I heard Erica say, finally, and I agree. This is a really nice background. They have like the skyline of Los Angeles at night. Beautiful. They should do this for all the reunions. But look, I know they're starting with the ones that have the real coin. So they get right into it, and you know Andy gotta be shady. He talks about what Erica said on Watch What Happens Live, hoping that Kyle gets eviscerated at the reunion because it's her turn. Because Erica's had two very rough reunions. Kyle's response to this, of course, she was so hurt at first. And then she remembered that Erica is her friend, someone that she can really trust. And she said she didn't really take it personal. I'm not really buying it. Okay, so this is a part that they obviously took out because I don't remember seeing this. Erica is going into detail why she felt some type of way and why she said it's Kyle's turn to be eviscerated next. And then Andy asked her an honest question, like, did you think the questions I asked you were out of line? I think she's kind of sort of trying to say yes, and I'm like, girl. Pepperidge Farm remembers. She's just so intent on being the victim. And you know, she's had a really great season, you know, for 13. But the only reason I don't fully rock with her is because this whole I'm the victim shtick. Like, the other ladies do not owe you an apology. And speaking of Kyle's friendship with Erica, we get the Kyle's friendship with Dorit. And Dorit saying, you know, just how you felt some type of way about the headline that Erica said, I felt some way about the headline saying that you think I exaggerated our friendship. Kyle's response to that is, well, that was because of your comments throughout the show. I mean, all Dorit said was she's kind of feeling replaced, and it looks like she thinks she's closer to you than what she is because exaggerated a friendship? Oh my God, a friend tells me that? The way I take friendships so seriously, clearly there was a disconnect on my behalf, but then I'll make sure to rectify and match your energy that you're giving me. Kyle then says Dorit, being her friend, asked her about her marriage on camera. I'm like, why wouldn't she? It just seemed like Kyle wants a minion, and that's why she's so close to Teddy, because Teddy is the definition of a minion. All season, Kyle has just been hypocritical. You always in somebody's mess. You're always producing a scene, but now when it's your turn, when you're in the hot seat, when there's problems in your marriage, you don't want nobody to bring it up, yet you still want all the attention. Or you try to deflect that attention on somebody else, particularly somebody else's esophagus. Damn, so Kyle doubles down and asks Dorit, how many times have we ate out outside of filming? You can only say it on one hand. I was like, wow. Like, they've known each other for 7 years. Their friendship's definitely going to be different after this reunion. But then Kyle tries to clean it up and says, well, it doesn't matter, but she's still important to me. I don't know. You can't have it both ways. Like, saying you exaggerated our friendship, but I still love you. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. Like, I really did think that Dorit and Kyle were like this. So you're just calling her a work friend, basically. They're going back and forth now, and Kyle's still saying this bullshit about just because we're not friends like that doesn't mean you're not important. Then tries to say that when Dorit felt replaced by Morgan, Dorit was saying something at her expense. I mean, how dare she? I took it as she was just saying how she felt, and maybe Kyle could rectify that or call her like, oh, why do you feel this way? Instead of feeling like, bitch, I can't believe you said that. Dorit then calls out Kyle for the text she sent her before the reunion, and Kyle was saying she wasn't trying to manipulate her. Again, more bullshit. Kyle stayed trying to save face. Like, that's been her MO all season. So it looks like they don't come to a resolution on this, but then Andy just says he hopes that the both of them can work on their friendship. And now we move on to Giselle's reel. Did I just say Giselle? I meant Garcelle. We move on to Garcelle's reel. I'm gonna leave that in. Like, y'all don't know how many times I'd be going between Giselle and Garcelle. So first they talk about Garcelle's relationship with her sons, and she's saying that she feels like she's being a better mother by being on the show because that allows her to be more at home. Like, before the show, she was rarely at home. And I feel like that's why so much of her storyline is about parental guilt that she's feeling, because I'm sure, like, before Housewives of Beverly Hills, like, she was a working actress, probably booking gigs left and right outside of LA. So then Bravo comes along and say, oh, we're gonna pay you, what, let's say 50 to 100K just to like film you interacting with the ladies, having lunch and going on trips. Hell yeah. So then we get right into her relationship with Dorit throughout the season. And it started in Vegas when they were going back and forth, when Garcelle told the other ladies that she don't feel comfortable talking about her family or bringing her family around. And Dorit, of all people, got the most offended and, you know, took it as an attack. I really don't think Dorit should have made a big deal about it. Okay, you wanna bring your kids around this girl? Okay, fine. We not friends anyway. Garcelle tries to get it through to Dorit that it wasn't singling her out. It's just how she felt. And you're getting mad at me for just saying how I felt. Dorit says, I just felt sad. I felt sad that you felt that way about me. Ooh, and then we get to the unconscious Karen comment. So Garcelle's trying to explain why she called Dorit that, and I see some pause, and I wish she could have really explained why she said that. Because that was a long silence. It sounded like she was just really trying to watch her words. Like, girl, just say what's on your mind. The audience has your back, regardless. So now Garcelle's trying to break it down to Dorit, like what she said. Like, she even tries to bring up her home robbery as an example. And then, out of nowhere, we see Annemarie jumped in and says that at Sutton's party, when Sutton was saying to me as a black woman that I'm yelling and I wasn't, no one said anything. Garcelle interrupts and says, you can stand up for yourself. You were doing perfectly fine. And then Annemarie tries to say, well, only person that spoke up for me was Dorit. Now, what do y'all think about that? I did bring up to a friend, like, Sutton, she said some things too with the whole Crystal thing, but here's the difference with Dorit. My friend was telling me this. Like, Dorit has done time and time again of microaggression after microaggression. So it's a pattern with Dorit. I don't think it's a pattern with Sutton. Because I think Garcelle would call out Sutton, because remember that season where her and Crystal was going at it, she told Crystal, well, you gotta let me know what she said because you're saying that she's racist and that's gonna affect our friendship. So yeah, I think Garcelle would call Sutton out. They're going back and forth now, and Dorit, she won't back down on this. She won't just be like, Garcelle, I hear you. That's all she had to say in the beginning. Garcelle, I hear you. Damn, my elbow just kicked in. Shit. It's too early in the video for it to kick in. I apologize. Dorit is trying to say that everyone says attack. She said attack 1,000 times. You've said attack to all these white women, but you never said it to a black woman, and it's different. Erica even pointed that out to you in the moment it happened. So then they get into the living in my bubble caption that Dorit put. She's really digging a hole for herself, trying to say, oh, well, I edited it to be my family. I'm in the family with my bubble. No, sis. You doubled down on your ignorance. Even Andy's like making faces like, you still wrote the caption. She really got some nerve telling Garcelle, did you really think I posted that as a F you? Yes, you did. You did it to be flippant. Garcelle told you you're living in a bubble, and you're like, you know what, you're right, bitch, I am living in a bubble. Dorit just keeps digging herself a hole. She's telling Garcelle, they're very big accusations. Garcelle's like, so is the accusation that I'm angry. At this point, the mood is awkward. Andy's trying to move on. He's like, where do y'all go from here? Dorit then tells Garcelle, do you like me? Garcelle's like, sometimes. She continues, do you have a problem with me? I don't know why it's so funny. Garcelle's in like, yes, I do. I think I do. Then Dorit's like, well, do you want to work on our friendship? Work on our relationship? And Garcelle's like, I don't know. That whole exchange and Garcelle's answers was hilarious. So then Andy just moves on to something lighter. We get a reel of some of the fun moments during the season, i.e. the shady moments in the confessionals. So Dorit confronts Crystal on the shade she threw. She said that Dorit hasn't seen a real body part in 10 years. So then Dorit said, well, I would like to know what on me else besides my breasts do you think is fake? Crystal ain't got nothing to say. She was just like, I'm just being funny. There is like mute silence in the room. Then Dorit's like, funny. And then Andy just move on to the next question. I'm gonna pause right quick and open this bottle of Viore. They're not paying me, but this Prosecco is fucking delicious. Just saying. Okay, this must definitely be the uncensored one because Kyle's talking way too much about Teddy. She's saying like how the group thought they were lesbians at first. So now we get to Annemarie, aka 8.5's reel, which mostly involves Sutton's esophagus and Crystal. Afterwards, Andy asks her about the 8.5 thing, and she says her and her husband is joking. Me and her husband, we're joking. He's an 8.5 too. We just play around like that. We love each other. So it looks like Annemarie's aware of the general consensus of the audience opinion of her. And, she admits that it was a tough season for her. I gotta say, she's lucky she went to BravoCon before the audience saw her season, because they definitely would have booed her ass like they did Lisa Rinna. So then we get to her beef with Crystal. She said when she first met her, like she was really nice, like before the cameras went up, and then afterwards, she was a different person. So Andy brings up the topic of her being a nurse anesthetist and an anesthesiologist, like the difference, since Crystal alleged that she lied that she was an anesthesiologist. Andy asked her, do you think you just misheard her? And Crystal's like, no, my sister's an anesthesiologist. Annemarie then says, well, this is how the real story is. When I met Crystal, she was like, I'm a housewife. Crystal immediately says, you're lying. Oh, they're going back and forth. Crystal's like, you have proven to be a liar. That is the most Crystal gave in the history of her reunions. Crystal's not even letting Annemarie get a word in. Like, she's letting her have it. Okay, so this is definitely uncensored territory because, no, they're going back and forth because Crystal said, who is the anesthesiologist you work under? Or you're gonna have to work under somebody somewhere. And Annemarie saying, well, I'm independent. Like, I can do it by myself. And she's saying factually in 23 states, like she's allowed to do it independently or whatever. They're really going back and forth about an anesthetist profession. And then Crystal brings up how Annemarie weaponized her profession against Sutton, which she did. We get into a little bit of the esophagus talk, and Annemarie does apologize to Sutton because looking back at herself, she can see how stupid that whole thing was. It really sucks for Annemarie that she's a flop, and most likely will be a one-season wonder. Sutton tells Annemarie that the esophagus talk didn't bother her. It was the fact that she was talking behind her back. And then apparently, like Sutton's been getting a lot of emails from people with the same tiny esophagus that she has. So now we move on to Crystal's reel, who basically found her voice through Annemarie. Like, I know a lot of y'all like Crystal, but honestly, she can go, as well as Annemarie. And Dorit, she could be demoted to friend. Oh, we also hear the child bride comment by Dorit, who I know she's gonna have to answer for that at the reunion. It hit too many problematic areas, that comment, so her foot is in her mouth. So first we get to how Crystal called Annemarie a bitch at the Homeless Not Toothless event. Did I get it right? Homeless Not Toothless? Yes, I got it right. She said the conversation triggered her because originally it had to do with Annemarie implying that Sutton had an eating disorder. Crystal asked her, are you ever going to apologize to me for saying that I said Sutton had an eating disorder? Annemarie is just sticking to her guns. She tells Sutton that she didn't say she had an eating disorder, as well as Crystal. And then Sutton says, well, I don't have an eating disorder. I mean, the number of times I heard the word eating disorder, it made me uncomfortable. They're going back and forth now over Crystal allegedly saying that the group was uneducated, and Annemarie's trying to call Crystal a liar. Crystal saying that you have already proven that you are a liar. Crystal and Annemarie, I don't see that going anywhere forward. One of them have to go, or both. So now we get to Dorit and why she was so offended by Crystal's comment to the point where she had to call her a child bride. Dorit is saying first, I mean, she already fucked up, like with her foot in her mouth, saying that, well, for starters, I'm the only one with a degree up here with Annemarie right next to her. Like, everyone's just like, girl, stop it. Ooh, and Crystal come right out the gate on Dorit. I'm gonna stand by that uneducated comment based on you calling me a child bride. Dorit already is trying to defend herself saying that instead of just saying, I hear you, Crystal, I'm sorry, that was something I shouldn't have said. She's still trying to defend it. Like, she's doing the same thing she did with Garcelle. And that's what I mean, Dorit, by people calling you an unconscious Karen, because there's a pattern of Karen behavior on your part. Crystal explains to Dorit the racist connotation to her comment, and Dorit is like, well, obviously it was a throwaway comment. I didn't mean it like that. And wrong answer, forehead. Kyle surprisingly tries to defend Dorit like, oh, well, when she said 12, you know, we always call people like that's like really young, like just throwing out a number. No, Kyle, just sit back, sit back. I mean, I get what Dorit was trying to say, but she said it in the worst way. Like, look, I mean, I know y'all like Crystal, but still, she turned 20 when she met her husband that was 40. I mean, they got married at 24, but the power dynamic in that is still creepy. Oh, but that don't matter because Crystal is laying it into Dorit. She's like, actually, I'm not a child bride. I got married at 24. Like, I went to college, and I have a company that's worth over $100 million right now. I'm like, she honked the horn on her because we know Beverly Beach ain't selling that. Are they even in business? And all Dorit has to say is, that wasn't my intention. Lesson learned. I appreciate it. didn't even apologize. Y'all notice that? She will never learn. I will say though, Dorit has been getting it from all sides. So then they end Crystal's segment on Andy saying, oh, well, you found your voice. Like, how does it feel? And Crystal's like, I'm loving it. Girl, 3 seasons later, chop. Like, she can go. And good for you, girl. You read Dorit and Annemarie, who are light work. So then we get the Kyle's reel, which is mostly about, like, in the beginning of the season, how she just said she's this new person and, like, how, you know, all her friends are responding to it. This relationship with Morgan. They don't get into the Mauricio stuff yet. So now we get back to Kyle's relationship with Dorit and how, like, over time it's changed since the last season. And then Andy brings up, like, is it because of how she handled the situation with Kathy? From Dorit's perspective, she has a relationship with Kathy independent of Kyle. Kyle's trying to tell her, well, you don't really know her like that. And then Dorit's like, well, I've hung out with her before without you prior to the show. But Kyle doesn't care about that and tells her, well, you were closer with me. Like, Kyle loves that loyalty, just like her friend Lisa Vanderpump. Once again, Kyle wants a minion. Kyle! I can also kind of see from Kyle's perspective because really, like, these ladies are friends with Kathy Hilton because she's Kathy Hilton and they want to go to the parties and everything. That's why they have relationships with Kathy. Kyle tries to point out to Dorit that when she was talking to her, like, your opinions about Kathy changed when they were all together. And then accuses her of wanting to be on the side of the audience and what the audience thinks right, rather than being loyal to her. Looking at the flashback, it looked like Dorit was just giving Kyle an honest opinion, and then Kyle immediately shut her down. Oh my fucking God, look who it is. Oh my God. My co-host, Alexander Diane Rogers. Kyle brought him up in an argument with Dorit. That is wild. So speaking of the audience, Kyle tells Dorit that she's done it on more than one occasion. So then she brings up the question that Alex asked about Teddy. So Kyle, why are you thrusting Teddy upon these women when they don't like her? So then I think she said that Erica had her back and Marie had her back and Dorit was silent. Can y'all believe that Alex's question still was on Kyle's mind? Oh my God, I did not know she was that pressed. Y'all, we get the entire clip. I am gagged. I am so gagged. Can y'all please share this moment? Like, this is my first time seeing it. So, oh my God, I'm gagging. Dorit says she knows her relationship with Teddy, and I don't need to respond to this person's rude, vile question. Bitch, what? It was rude and vile? You're rude and vile. Really? Like, Alex didn't curse nobody out, and y'all know Alex could curse somebody out. Are they for real a rude and vile question? That was a valid question. They are really arguing over Alex. Oh my God. I love it. Why didn't they put this in like the regular version? I'm on Dorit's side, so you're mad at me that I didn't defend your friend. Kyle's still trying to push the point that she cares too much with the audience thing. Like, she wants to be on the audience's side of things. Oh, wow. So they end the part on that note, and they give us a preview for part 2. I enjoyed this. I think they're bringing it for the reunion. Like, Dorit really got it. Like, really got it. Like, I need some more conflict from the other ladies. I'm waiting for Sutton versus Kyle. Because everybody was going at Dorit. I was just like, damn. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. And just congratulations to Alex for just asking a bomb question. I love it. I love it. Like, he's on a reunion. Look, I bet these other YouTubers know who he is now. Yeah, I said it. Anyway, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all for part 2. Bye.